Hey guys, I think this is working. I've never done this before, so it's kind of new to me to make a video and post it, but I thought this would be easy for me to kind of show you guys the setup now that we've kind of got a couple weeks under our belts. So I have my Sonny's homework basket, and so this is just something that I keep upstairs in my kitchen in one of the cupboards up there. And when it's time to like do homework after lunch, or while I'm cleaning up, or when my baby's asleep, I'll just tell my big girls, I say, hey, go get your learning baskets. And so they know just to get these out of the cupboards, and then I'll start them on an activity or sit with my preschooler and help her, and then she can do her independent activities after that. So let me just kind of go over some things. This is your homework folder. Get familiar with this. This can stay inside of your child's backpack, and then just take out whatever is in there. Every single month you will get a reading calendar. I keep this on my fridge, and so you can kind of see I've done signatures. We haven't had time to get the stickers and stuff out yet. But the front of this right here, this month for September, is where I have outlined everything that kind of is expected of you at home and what will help you. So I'm just gonna go through that for you, straight through that with you today. So inside of my Sonny's basket, I have a couple of different resources that I'll go through at the end that aren't really necessary, but will help. So these are the things that you should have with your kids right now. Unless you're in my AM class, then you will have this book right now for September if your child is in my AM class. So the first thing in the newsletter this month was our important practice books. I made these. I put a lot of time and effort into these, and this is just kind of based off of, as I've taught preschool, because I've taught kindergarten, what is important and what those kids need to know. And so hopefully you guys have all read through this. It just kind of goes through what phonological awareness is, what phonemic awareness is, why is it important, what are we going to do with it, and then what happens at school, what you're expected to do at home, and what results you'll see, how much you'll learn just by doing this book, just for 10 minutes a day with your child. And then it goes through different ways that you can practice your child's name, and I'll show you kind of where my Sonny's at, my child that's in my preschool class this year, and then the nursery rhyme list, and then this little pledge right down here. So hopefully you've read that pledge and have signed it and have committed. This is what last week's lesson looked like. And you can kind of see that Sonny, I see how much he improved a little bit over the weekend. So we were right here, it wasn't quite there, and then I started helping her the rest of the days. I talked to a couple parents during the week, and they said, hey, I'm going to help them the first time, so they would help their child the first time, and then in this space right here, they would do it by themselves. That's a good way to do it if you're working with those preschoolers. A lot of my pre-K kids I taught last year, I had a lot of turnover, and so your kids, almost every single one of my pre-K kids who are going to kindergarten next year can already write their names by themselves. And so this is the practice book. In the front of it, or the first page, are your super simple tasks. So the first one is to sing your ABC song. And I will sing that for you. After this, I'm going to do a lesson with my child, and you'll see how we kind of sing the ABC song. We slow down, we go L-M-N-O-P instead of L-M-N-O-P. We slow down on those quick ones. The next task is to do your nursery rhyme. This month is Humpty Dumpty. And so I will also do Humpty Dumpty for you in that lesson. And then the next thing is your learning green right here. And this is the next tool. So for your learning green, I've cut all of these out for my child, and my kid doesn't have all of her colors yet. So we practice her color cards because she's in preschool. Some of you may have these, some of you may not. And we just go straight through this ring together, me and my child. So this one is pick a book to read. And so right now we are reading How Do Dinosaurs Go to Sleep? And some of the kids who are actually doing this at home, you know, have this first page memorized. How do dinosaurs go to sleep, whether it's light or dark or deep, right? So you can kind of see that your kids are starting to memorize this book. And then my AM class, with my pre-K kids, this is the Bug Alphabet book. And this has been so much fun because they're starting to learn some of these bugs in this book. When we read this in class every now and again, I'll read here below, but right now in class I'm saying F is for firefly, and then they're reading those facts with you at home and learning about those bugs. And so this has been a super duper fun one, the Bug Alphabet book. So that is the book that I'm reading with her every single day before bedtime. And then we count aloud to 20. That's something that we do every day. We go through her shapes, so rectangle, oval, circle, star, triangle, square, and this is a diamond or a rhombus. So we go diamond, ooh, rhombus, ah. So this is one that we haven't learned in class, but we will in October. I've added all those. And then we go through her numbers. We've gone through 2 this month, 1 this month, and 0 this month. That was what was on our newsletter, and so I put those on my ring. And then I sing the ABC song. So this is already in the book and it's already on the list. We can sing her ABC song. I usually do this when she's washing her hands after lunch or before lunch or after she's going to the bathroom. I make sure that she sings her ABC song every single time she's washing her hands. So it's done every single day, multiple times a day. And then these are our letter cards right here. These are new pictures from what we've used in the past. I have gotten a new alphabet that's a little bit better. And so they're gonna learn some directionality. So learning to read from left to right. And so they'll point to the letter A, apple, and do the action. And then go to the next card. B, balloon. Ooh. You'll see them doing the actions. This is the letter that we're going to learn this week. C, car. And then they'll drive the car. We go like this, like cutting scissors. It'll help them with that sound. So you'll see them go C, car. And then drive their car. And then this last one is my S. I put S on Sunny's ring because her name starts with S, and so she can do scissors and do her little scissors fingers just to get those names going. I actually forgot her name puzzle. That's one of the things that's upstairs. So that's her learning ring. We have the important practice book that she keeps inside of her folder, and then in her basket, and then we have the learning ring. This is my envelope with her learning ring cards. And so inside of there, it has all of the cards that we haven't gotten to yet. And so in the newsletter every single month, I will write for you. I'll see if you can see this right here. Right here in this box, it says the monthly learning objectives to add to your learning ring. So this is what you need in your learning ring. I tell you the letters that we're going to learn in September, the colors, they should know all 10 colors. Their shapes we're learning are the triangle, circle, and square, and the numbers is 0, 1, and 2. So in October, after we go to the field trip, that Wednesday after the field trip, I will send a new newsletter, and you'll send this one back to me, and I will write some new objectives down here, and then you're going to take that and you're going to add those cards to your ring. So then it's not overwhelming, and they are just getting what we've learned in class or what we're going to learn that month. In this middle section right here, it gives you the weeks that we're on in our important practice book. And so it says this week, September 26th through October 1st, is week 5. And so you'll go to week 5 in your lesson book and go through this with your child and try to do it 5 days a week. If you're on Sunday, and you've got like 3 days left to do it 3 times with them. It doesn't take very long, so spread it out. You can do them all in a row. It doesn't take very long just to get that repetition done. It will help even doing it back to back. It's better to do it once every day. But if it's been a bad week, everyone has bad weeks, then just do your best and try to catch up on Sunday before you have to send this back on Monday. And then the last thing in the box right here at the very, very bottom, it's our repeated reading schedule and the books to practice at home. And so this month, my AM class is reading the Bug Alphabet book, and my PM split class is reading How Do Dinosaurs Go to Sleep. And then it gives you the rhyme at the bottom, which is Humpty Dumpty. Everyone's on the same rhyme this year. So a little plug for these books. This is huge. It helps the kids a ton. So if you haven't ordered the books yet, please order them for the rest of the year. The schedule is in your disclosure statement, what books you need. If you've lost that or need the list of books, let me know and I will send it to you. The reason that this is so important is because it's going to teach kids how to hold a book. It's going to teach kids about the spine, about the cover. You can talk to your kids if they're ready about what an author is. We talk about how the author writes the words and the illustrator draws the pictures. The title of the book gives us little hints about what the book might be about. And then your child is going to be able to do some one-to-one correspondence with their words. They're going to be able to tell a difference between a word, between a letter. Some of your older kids will start to pick up on where the punctuation is at. And so that it will teach them how to pull from line and go and pull another line like this and touch each word. A lot of our books rhyme. And so you're getting a lot of that phonemic awareness practice while you're in your books as well. Another thing that they learn through these repeated readings is to be able to look at the pictures and guess what's happening. And so even if your child doesn't have, they're not going to learn how to read this book word for word, right? But they're going to open this book and look at this picture and say, oh, does your dinosaur throw his blanket? Does he tell his mom? No. I'm using some of these actions in class too. And so even if it's not going to be word for word, they may not have it memorized, especially your little ones. They're not going to be able to point like this, but you're going to model for them. You're going to model like, does he scream at his mother that he just won't go? And you could start using voice inflections, all kinds of things to help them become better readers and to model good reading. And so it's important for them to learn this. You guys would be so surprised at how many kids come to kindergarten and have never been read to. And they don't know the difference between a word and a letter. All of those things, or the spaces and why we read with spaces. And so all of these things that you're going to be modeling through these books is pretty big. A couple of the other books you'll see, and I'm going to try to get on here once a month and create a video and go over the monthly outline with you guys. But a couple of the other books, they're short enough that they are going to read them. So the little Open the Barn Door book, it says like a duck. And so they're going to be able to touch those words and read those. This is really fun because they're learning information. And I can tell some of these little boys and girls who have read this book, they are looking for bugs all over at my house. And we have found several bugs. And so this is super duper fun for them. So make sure that you order the books if you haven't so far. So that's all that it looks like. I keep this on my fridge, my reading calendar on my fridge. And then the only thing that you have to have ready for your child are these 3 things, just like this. It has their important practice book, their learning ring right here. Your reading calendar can be kept on your fridge. You're reading with your kids every day. And then their name practice is actually inside of their book this year. And so you don't have to worry about having a different place for that. Get a pencil for them. A lot of my kids who, sorry that this is long, a lot of my kids who are struggling with pencil grip, you can get a rubber band and wrap around them and then have them pinch their pencils. This is what I'm looking for. This is a tripod mature grip as they're writing and stuff like that. So I tell them eraser in the air and hold it next to, because a lot of them will be, up here. Hold them next to the tip and then your eraser is in the air. So get them a pencil. If you need a pencil that is big, let me know if your kid's struggling with this fisted grip. Sometimes you'll see this like this, or this at the bottom. Just remind them. It takes a long time, and so you just have to remind them and have them, pinch that at the bottom like this. You can hold over top of your child's hand while they're erasing or writing their name, and that will help too. Okay, so, and then one other thing I keep in my kids' box are these crayons right here. Sometimes if I don't have a pencil or if I want to switch it up for my kid, I will let her use crayons to write her name. Last year I was able to do that. And then instead of using a marker will bleed through here. And so just use a crayon when you're writing your child's name on these lines if you need to. Just use a crayon and then it won't bleed through the next page. That's just kind of a tip I have for that too. Let's see. And these are some resources that, one of the reasons I changed the alphabet is because this teacher that I follow has some resources that are fun. I'm going to send you a text message with this information, but it is called Oh Hey Let's Play. And she has this ring with all of our letters on it. Apple. It's the exact same graphics that you've used, but on the back page, your child can practice making these different strokes, the slants, the straights, the curved strokes, all of this. And so this is a really good resource. I'll send you guys the links to that. And then another thing that she has is this book with our alphabet in it. And it just goes straight through. A, apple, B, balloon. And they'll touch those little blue or turquoise circles at the bottom. C, car. And so this is really super awesome resource that you can use as well. And then, if your kids are struggling with colors, things like that, if you have things around your house that you want to put in their basket that are learning tools, you can do that. So I keep these in Sunny's learning tool too, if that's something that you're interested in. So that's our homework. I'm sorry that this is 20 minutes. I will make another video to show you an example of what homework looks like and how long it takes. Thanks.